Okay, well, we're here with Janet Grohovac and Jen Ibison, who are our guest artist judges for the Brownsville Guitar Festival in 2022. Chad, this is your first time down here for this festival. So what do you think?
I love it. I love it here. I love this hall. I love the students. It's been a great trip. I love the palm trees. Yeah.
It's been wonderful. This is one of the most beautiful halls to play in, and just to hear everyone play in all of the ensembles, it's so beautiful and can seat so many people. It's just been so fun, and just meeting everyone here, and some wonderful artists this year.
Hotel's been good. It was a good hotel.
Last night's concert was wonderful. Yeah, we've had a great time.
Berta, we had a great time with Berta.
So you mentioned Dr. Rojas and her concert for us last night.
Yes.
What did you notice about the fact of a solo artist here in this hall?
How well a single guitar resonates. And I mean, the tone, you think, oh, this place this big is going to swallow it whole, but no. I mean, she has a great guitar, great tone, very interesting program. I love the Ida Presti. Her pieces and inspired by, but yeah.
Janet, you just finished a grueling 2-hour session with Masterclass and some really highfalutin discussions about guitar and classical music and that sort of thing. How do you find that kind of conversation as part of these kind of festivals? What do you think students benefit from that kind of experience?
I think it's really important for students sort of being able to come here in an open environment and just be able to get together and ask all these questions, especially with everyone not being able to get together for this many years. And just collaborating with each other, and when we walk in, everyone's so friendly, people just want to get to know each other. So it's been great just talking to students individually too about what they want to do next, and a lot of them just asking advice, because we've been out of school for a little bit, just what that transition is like. I think it's really important to talk about. I don't think I talked a lot about that to artists as I was in school, and it's just I would have found it, I think, super beneficial to
Because when you're in school, it feels like you're always going to
you're in that world.
You're so insulated.
And
it was really great that they were asking about what it's going to be like when they get out, because that's when your life starts. So I think it's cool to talk about.
And part of that conversation was playing together in ensemble and the effect that has on us personally, expressively, and the understanding of music. What do you think students get out of that kind of environment, especially guitarists who are not associated normally, or at least until recently, with playing in groups together? What kind of benefits do you get?
Well, because they think of the solo artist, the solo player, but really where it's at is the ensemble. When you share the glory with others and communicate and get it together, there's so much, one guitar is great, two's better than four. There's so much variety and so much being a part of the whole. But not just that, for the students individually to communicate and really share experiences and understand how to breathe together, how to play together. It's really what orchestra players have been doing, or like violinists, they get to do it all the time. It just makes them so much more of a musician than just, playing solo. Because you have to do it together. So,
that seems to be a theme of all the groups. They're looking to reach that kind of magic level of we're not just playing at the same time. We're actually communicating moment to moment and doing this together. It's kind of one thing. So that is something that we hope everybody does discover through this process. And of course, some of the other elements are technical in nature, and that'll be a lot of the questions that you get. And as a judge, Janet, what do you find that you tend to point to most often in a situation like this when you see groups play in this kind of environment for comments from experienced and successful people such as yourself?
Sure. I think just watching everyone play as well in the last couple of days is the most important thing. I think when you're working with each other is just communication. That's the number one. And just breathing together. You really notice the groups that really breathe together, look up at each other, or if you have a conductor, that you really, you're not sort of stuck in your score, but you look up often, or you're just really aware of that as you're playing. I think that helps so much. I think that helps in our own playing too, just as a duo, and as we play as well in the Austin Guitar Quartet. We're now in the process of just trying to memorize all of our music so that when we go on stage, there are no music stands. It's just all communication, all emoting what you want to.
Yeah, because it's the second tier. We kept going back on, judging wise, getting them to breathe together so there's just enough space. That's the delicate balance. Playing in time, but have the spaces in the right spot so we can actually hear it. As a judge, when they were going into complicated parts, without a sufficient, starting point, it keeps going. I found myself writing that a bit. Just like certainly in the more rhythmical. Because it has to be in time, and they were all doing great. But there has to be those points, those cadence points for clarity. Yeah.
So even under the gun in these kind of circumstances where they're on a stage like this and there are people with clipboards out in the audience writing things about you, it sounds like breathing is a really important thing to do. I mean, just normal breathing as well as breathing together in a situation like that. So for students and directors preparing for something like this, they can take stock in some advice like that. Breathing is good. And Chad, what do you find technically in these groups that you tend to point to often, either something that they're doing really well or something that they can look for improvement on?
Well, we heard a lot of, things that were doing kind of well. We heard a lot of some use of dynamics, which we were kind of impressed with, really seeing them take use of all those guitars and bringing it down. There was a lot of nice contrast changes. Teaching all the time like we do, I did find, something that I felt needed help was a lot of players' left hands. You could really see it from, at that part of the hall, pinky's going, which is so critical on the guitar, because that extra movement, you can see anytime there's a finger that's pointing straight, there's tension, and this extra movement kind of, because when they're all playing together, it really helps to maximize that efficiency. So the togetherness is perfect,
So you both play in your own duo.
Yes.
And you also play in the Austin Classical Guitar Quartet.
Yes.
So what's up next for you guys?
We're going to play here? No, I'm just kidding. No, we're playing.
Write that down.
Get that on the, no, we're playing next month in Austin at their new venue, the Austin Classical Guitar news video of
the Rosette.
You're playing the Rosette.
Yes, and then another night it's 2 nights back to back, another night at
the Quack Arena.
Let me remember this one. It's Captain Quacking House.
Captain Quacking House.
It's
a German restaurant.
It's a new kind of series. A lot of people have been to the Cactus series there, so it's a new thing like that where people can get coffee or get drinks and come to a concert and enjoy. So we're doing that, and then the Rosette is maybe a little bit more formal, I imagine.
And do you have dates for those?
It's around the 21st, I think. It's 21st and 20th, or 20th and 21st, or 21st and 22nd. It's around there in April, and then just before that, the weekend before that, we're going to Milwaukee and playing a duo program.
That's great.
Yeah.
And do you have a website where people can go to find out about these?
We have, if you look up Austin Guitar Quartet on Facebook and Instagram, we're there.
Or .com.
Or .com, and then, yeah, Ibison Guitar Duo, again, Facebook and Instagram. We don't do a website yet, that's coming soon.
Okay, so Austin Guitar?
AustinGuitarQuartet.com or Ibison Guitar Duo, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
Or and Austin Guitar Quartet.
And both of those as well.
Yeah, because mainly we're just
Use
doing
the titles.
Instagram, Facebook all the time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for joining us and giving us the benefit of your expertise and
Thank you.
artistic insight. It's been a great pleasure, and wish you all the best.
Thank you
See
for
you
having
next
us
time.
here.
Rock and roll.